Yo, what is going on, everyone in crypto space? Thank you guys for tuning in to the channel today. Really do appreciate it. And man, is it nice to finally see some green in the market. I'm not talking like little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%, but getting up to the double-digit gains across the board. It's just nice to see. Whether or not that's going to actually last or be sustainable is a whole nother topic. However, we are going to look at the XRP charts a little bit, go over what some of the people are thinking on TradingView on the ideas section. And we do got a quick update on the Brad Garlinghouse Ask Me Anything. The time did indeed change, as well as we have an interesting statement, or a couple interesting statements by Amazon, and they actually made a comment on the Federal Reserve Faster Payments Task Force, as we do know Ripple is a part of that task force. So Amazon did indeed make a comment on that, so we're going to be discussing that today. So first, XRP, oh man, seeing that nice green breakout. That is really nice to see. That's all I got to say. So we pumped up the peak here on Bitfinex. It was about 35 cents. We barely just touched 35 cents. We're already retracing. Found a little bit of support down here at 33-cent range. And we'll probably be testing that later in the day. And we might have a bull run. Or we might not have a bull run, but we might, continue this rally a bit more. Because what does tend to happen in the cryptocurrency market, in my experience, is that what happens is if we do have a run earlier in the day, let's say in the morning, early afternoon, what will happen is later in the day, that actual same run will actually be more emphasized later on, and it'll actually repeat its same pattern. Because what we do notice here, not when we have, full on like massive explosions, but when we have these, decent sized movements or significant movements in the markets, what will happen is we just have the same pattern of we do a little pump, consolidation, pump, and then consolidation, then continue to pump. So we're gonna have to keep our eye on this for the rest of the day. I think we're going to test that 33-cent support. If we bounce off that and then break that resistance, it's game on. We might be heading towards that 40-cent range. However, that is, with technical analysis, you just got to remember, though, it never 100% follows. It's just in my experience when we have these runs earlier in the day, and it usually gets emphasized more later in the day with a second wave up. Also, a decent indicator for me whether or not we're going to really start moving in one direction is on the ideas tab on TradingView. You basically have a bunch of people who are like, pro members who like pay memberships and whatnot to post on here. And they just, they kind of give their thoughts on the TA on the current market. And as you can see from the last 24 hours, it's been long, one short, two shorts. But yeah, majority of the traders on TradingView, they're saying it's going long. You can look at these various, technical analysis. Actually, we'll link this in the description below if you do want to check it out. You can just look into each individual person's, analysis and can just kind of elaborate on that with yourself. But in my opinion, I think we will probably start to see some movement this week. I feel like since we've been consolidating and sort of dropping for so long, that I feel like the market might start to reverse. And again, how we are coming up to those significant dates of the 20th and 21st where Bitcoin last had its rally, and it's starting to sort of repeat that pattern again. So this next week, I am more on the side of we're probably going to see some movement up. How much movement up? I don't really know that, but I do feel like we're going to see some more movement up later in this week. So we're going to have to go ahead and keep an eye on that. So I was on the forums and I went ahead and found this document right here, and this is Amazon, and this is an actual virtual, like, electronic submission of what Amazon, the retail giant, thinks of the Faster Payments Task Force. Now, I grabbed a couple statements from the article, or from the document over here, so I don't have to, read the entire thing, but I grabbed some main quotes here that are actually very interesting. Now, again, this does not exclusively say, Ripple, and this doesn't, in my opinion, this doesn't point to anything Ripple related, but the phrases in terms that they use, they just sound very familiar, like they're coming from Brad Garlinghouse. You'll know what I mean in a second here. Let's go ahead. We got 4 statements here from this Amazon comment. This was actually on December 12th, so not too long ago, on the Faster Payments Task Force. So let's go ahead and let's read through it briefly here. So it says, the development of an improved U.S. payments infrastructure, including real-time payment service options, is critical to supporting business operations as well as enabling innovative digital payments. Exactly what Ripple and I can do. Real-time payments and funds availability for businesses and consumers are important to ensuring U.S. global competitiveness in financial services, because if you just keep constantly having slow, expensive financial services, the market isn't going to be very competitive, and that's just really not good for business. As a business, you want to stay competitive. You want to stay fighting for business, essentially. So that's where I like how they're tying in how real-time payments can cause your business to become more competitive and have an actual edge over your competitors. So again, we also strongly encourage the Federal Reserve to develop tools such as technology flexible APIs for enabling secure and affordable, keyword there, affordable access to real-time gross settlement services to ensure multiple stakeholders, including financial technology companies. Last one here, the Federal Reserve can serve an important role in developing interoperability. Again, RippleNet does exactly that. That's all because the bottom layer of RippleNet is the interledger protocol, and the interledger protocol is 100% about interoperability. So they say they play an important role in developing interoperability and accessibility tools, such service directories and application APIs, through which various stakeholders can gain secure and efficient access to real-time gross settlement services. So all these statements that Amazon made, they're not, a compelling, oh my god, they are using XRP, it has to be them. But these statements they do make, it kind of aligns with the Internet of Value, real-time payments that are affordable to consumers, and it benefits businesses by creating them to be more competitive. So it sounds like they're kind of in the know with Ripple and in blockchain, and they do know that real-time payments at an affordable cost and keeping your business competitive is just going to help your business grow. So really cool to see Amazon make those statements there. And by the way, I will link this in the description as well so you guys can check it out. Now, to talk about Amazon again, here is a PDF that I got sent to me by Richard Cornfield. So credit to him. He sent this to me on Friday, where I did post this on Twitter. And again, this sort of just ties in with the whole Amazon speculation, because one of my favorite speculations isn't Coinbase, it isn't like, the riddles, but my favorite speculation is the Amazon one, because when I first got into the XRP community, the Amazon speculation was just off the charts. The whole talk was about Amazon. And I want to bring up this actual PDF here from Ripple at a Dilapro blockchain. I assume this was an event in Korea. If I remember correctly, yeah, this was an event in Korea where they're like talking to Korean banks and payment providers. And then what they do here with Ripple is they actually say, one interface for payments across any network. And they've used this presentation numerous times, right? And look who they use as an example. Amazon. It's like they've used Amazon as an example in so many different scenarios. It starts to really make you think, is Amazon like working with Ripple? Do they plan to have XRapid utility? Because what does Amazon deal with? Amazon deals with tons of orders. People all over the world are constantly buying products. They get like 1.6 million orders per day. So there's definitely a benefit there to have a new source of liquidity. But yes, this was back in 2017, almost exactly a little over a year ago. This was when this first presentation came out, and this presentation has been used numerous times of using Amazon, Uber, and Seagate as an example. And again, Seagate, they are an investor of Ripple, so there are some real relations there. Uber, I'm not really going to be on the Uber speculation side of things. But this is more based on Amazon. So it's interesting to see how since even 2017, they've been using this PDF, using Amazon as an example. And by the way, guys, you can check out my channel where I have this video. It's a thumbnail of Ashish Barilla speaking on stage. And when he talks about Amazon, he really almost makes it seem like they are a partner based on the data and facts that he has. I have seen both Corey Johnson and Ashish Barilla both name drop Amazon, not as partners, but they name drop a lot of different data and statistics that I don't think is necessarily publicly available. So definitely right now with Amazon, what's it called? Making a comment on the Faster Payments Task Force. I mean, this has just been speculation ever since I got in the XRP community. That's why I'm so fascinated with it. So, and then by the way, last year,
Stephanie, what do we know?
Oops, not get that copyright right there. But it was actually a prediction made exactly 364 days ago. Amazon, they're actually wanting to get into banking. And Amazon, I think they publicly stated that Amazon, they were looking to purchase a small to mid-sized bank. I don't think they've really executed on that. But earlier this year, I do know they were like, there's some rumors about them getting into buying Capital One to kind of get a stake in the payment services industry, really, and become sort of a bank. So all this stuff that Amazon's doing, making a comment, taking time out of their business to make a comment on the Fed Payment Task Force, and how they're wanting to get into banking, and how Ripple just uses them on so many different presentations. Corey Johnson, Ashish Barilla, they give so much data and facts about Amazon that I don't necessarily think is on Wikipedia. I mean, they were spewing some like specific numbers there on Amazon. So I mean, honestly, the whole Amazon speculation, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to see what more information comes out, see if, because Amazon, they are, what do you call it? They are sort of getting into blockchain. They do have, they do support like Ethereum building and Hyperledger Fabric, and also Amazon is partnering with R3, who's now building on top of the XRP ecosystem. So there's a lot of ties there, but again, the fact that Amazon is just used on many presentations, and Corey Johnson, Ashish Barilla, other Ripple employees give so much specific data about them that it just seems like they're in discussion, and that would be the end-all, be-all massive partnership that would move the price of XRP. I'll tell you what. But again, yeah, the Amazon speculation has been alive ever since I got in the community. That was like the big deal back in the day, and I think that's starting to become more relevant now, because now the speculation is starting to kind of arise again. So cool stuff there. Me personally, I'm convinced they're working with Amazon. There's just, because again, this was seriously a hot topic right when I first got in, and there's just so much like little videos and conversations with like mentioning Amazon. It just completely seems like a partner, but I feel like Amazon is their ace up their sleeve, and they don't want to announce that partnership until like, you know, the strategical point in time comes to announce that to boost liquidity essentially. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. So the Amazon speculation definitely is exciting. Now, just before we end this video here, I want to give you guys an update. The Brad Garlinghouse Ask Me Anything will not be taking place tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. PST. It'll be delayed 4 hours until 2:30 p.m. PST. So, it was going to be pretty cool, you know, having the Ask Me Anything start at the exact same time my stream starts at, but it is going to be delayed till 2:30. So tomorrow we are going to have the typical morning stream, go over news info, have a discussion like we usually do, and then later in the day we will have the later 2:30 p.m. The Brad Garlinghouse Ask Me Anything, and I am seriously looking forward to some breadcrumbs, because we did get a lot of good strategical and specific questions in the reply section. So I'm looking forward to what kind of questions we get answered, and hopefully we can hear about some XRapid updates. Again, and on the Brad Garlinghouse Ask Me Anything, guys, don't expect an announcement. They typically don't do announcements in this manner. Ever since I've been in, I've probably watched like 6 or 7 Ask Me Anythings live on Ripple, and there's never been an announcement. All we've got is just good pieces of information out of that discussion. So again, guys, don't expect, you know, any major announcement. That does not happen with Ask Me Anythings. Like the Swell event, that's a different scenario, because that's like a full-on event with a lot of clients. But this Ask Me Anything, do not expect, please do not expect a huge announcement. They do not do announcements to the Ask Me Anythings, but we can get some breadcrumbs, which are just, you know, a small piece of information that kind of clue us in to a bigger picture, and hopefully we'll get an update, you know, on XRapid partners, XRapid utility, and, you know, how OTC sales are doing with XRP and their plans going into 2019. So again, I'm not expecting an announcement, but I am excited to get the little piece of information that they do drop throughout the Ask Me Anything. So, and by the way, I do apologize for not streaming today. I had a couple gas station corn dogs last night, and not feel too good, did not get much sleep. So I really just, if I was going to, you know, push through and do a stream, I would have just been completely off my game. I was just completely out of whack during streaming time. So I decided not to do them today, but I'm coming off this video, you know, kind of give you guys the information we would talk about. But we will continue and do the streams as normal tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then, and I'm pretty pumped for the Brad Ask Me Anything. I am interested to see especially XRapid developments and XRP OTC sales, because from Q2 to Q3 we've had like a 400% growth in sales. I'm curious to see, are we going to hit another new record quarter in terms, you know, client signed production contracts and XRP sold. So I am excited for tomorrow. I will see you guys there. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, check the links in the description on this video. Support the channel, get yourself a Nano S, keep that cryptocurrency nice and safe, and I believe they might be having like a 30-20% sale. I'm not 100% sure. You gotta go check it out. And make sure to turn on those post notifications so you never miss a video or stream, and I'll see you guys in the next one.